sometimes one champion is replaced by another. Ken was replaced by PC Chris, Korean DJ, and Mew2King all at the same time, which is kind of cool that it took three people to bring Ken down.
It looked like the stage was set for me, Korean DJ, Mew2King, just like anyone else who was hungry enough to get up there.
The three players wrestled for dominance in Ken's absence. KDJ bested Mew2King at the MLG-sponsored Long Island event. Mew2King stopped KDJ at Cataclysm 3. In California, PC Chris defeated Mew2King at OC3, and Mew2King trounced PC at FC Diamond in Indiana. All three were, beyond question, the most fearsome players around, but the youngest of the trio seemed slightly different. A savant pursuing one thing above everything else: perfection.
Unless you're frame perfect 99 out of 100 times, you're not good enough. That's my mindset. That's what I tell myself. That's how I got good.
He's so into frames, he's so into the tiny little details. Just thinking about theories and logic and the steps.
I'll do like up air and fast forward like the next frame so that I can hit them just barely, but they can't hit me. And if somehow the upper misses, I get a double jump in the air and stuff like that. I did that at MLG. I just trained and trained and trained like up 3 hours a day for like 2 weeks.
Everyone makes a joke that to be good, you have to like sit in your basement for hours on end, over and over again until you finally have an understanding for the game. No one actually does it, except for Mew2King.
Try to be as perfect as possible, and if there's some area that's not perfect, it's like, how can I make this a little better?
Super Doodle Man and Mew2King with their frame data on get-up attacks, on moves being thrown out, distances on wave dashes and wave lands.
Spent like 2,000 hours on that shit, just double checking and triple checking just to make sure it's as absolutely accurate as I could possibly get it.
He's very focused on whatever his objective is, and it can work for and against him a lot of the times.
I beat Super Mario Bros. Original on NES. I beat it when I was 5. I made tons of like pixel art and stuff back then. It's just something I started once. It's like, I'm gonna make a big maze, and literally 90% of it I do line by line, pixel by pixel.
I don't know that he's ever ever confirmed, where he is on the autistic spectrum, whether he's got a little bit of Asperger's or not. I certainly don't want to make any judgments, but he's in that vein. He's in that Rain Man world. Mewtwo King can, in fact, recite many, many, many digits of pi. Enough so that you have to tell him to stop when he's doing it. Mewtwo King lacks the ability to judge social clues. You get him in ridiculous situations sometimes. One time I lost my jacket at a tournament, and I went out to the lobby and I found him sleeping in my jacket, and he didn't realize that it was weird. One time we were in a car together and we made a joke about, like, just get out of the car. And he opened the door and tried to leave while we were driving. I mean, I think he would have done it if we hadn't pulled him back in. He's a complete nutcase.
One time we went to a Massachusetts tournament, and I'm almost positive he just didn't understand the concept of paying for something in a store. So he walked into like a gas station and just took like a Mountain Dew and left. And I was like, yeah, I'll just pay for that.
He might do things that offend people or things like that without knowing it, but he never means harm.
There was definitely things he would do that would rub people the wrong way, especially at that point.
People really, I think, dismissed him, if not outright disliked him, because he I don't think he knew how to really express himself properly. But he wasn't good enough, and you got respect by being good.
There was, like, kind of two different camps. People that didn't really understand Mewtwo King, and then people that were, like, accepting and encouraging for him. And I think that kind of helps.
He honestly, back then, all he cared about was Melee. It was all Smash. So, like, any relationship I had with him was only involved playing video games, unfortunately. When he first started playing, he had a very robotic style. He only played by himself for his computer, so he wasn't really exposed to like just normal like play styles, like a thinking opponent, like who adapts and like tries to like read you. He's not used to that. So he struggled at first in the community, like playing wise.
He was a scrub.
He wasn't a natural by any means, but he had a work ethic at the time that was unmatched, and for most players still is unmatched.
It was, I think Melee FC 3 or 6. We actually found Mewtwo King 3 in the morning. He was still holding on to his controller, sleeping with it, and he was actually pressing the R and L buttons like sleepwalking in his sleep, and we couldn't believe. We thought we like poked him. He didn't wake up. It's not like he was faking it. He was dead asleep. but he was just still going at it.
They all said I sucked, and then I was like, well, I'll prove you wrong then. That just made me want to prove them wrong. At 05, Ken and Umbra now, they both 4-stocked me. The next year, I beat Ken a 3 out of 5 set of Fox. The next year, I 3-stocked him in 3 different occasions and marked it up.
I'm a beast at Mark Dittos, and he raped me consistently. He had to fight Wes, raped him. He had to fight PC Chris, destruction. When I saw that Mark, I was like, he's gonna be the best player in the world.
If I get a hit, I want to take it as far as possible.
It works, you know, the best possible method. This is what you do in every scenario.
The most fearsome player to know in a match.
You just became amazing.
Unless I'm absolutely perfect, I'm not satisfied.
I wasn't around personally to see Ken's reign. Everyone said, you know, it was crazy how much better he was than everyone. But I seen Mute King's reign. And Mute King was just so much better than everyone. He just destroyed everybody. It was just crazy.
It was 1, 2, 3, that's it. First stop, gone. I just rage quit. I said I couldn't do it.
People are cleaning up after him. People remind him to bring his coat. They buy him food. They worship him. Usually people wouldn't give him the time of the day. But now that he's the god of this game, people will do anything that he wants. The power that he holds by being so excellent, have to respect it.
I'm like proof that a nobody can become number one.